We are in the next key step, and that is secure business insurance. Let's get into all the questions that you have regarding business insurance and the checklist here. In the last few days, we did go over, you would have already went a few key steps. So step one, getting your mind right, we went through all of that. Step two, we're on step two, get legit or get lost. You've already narrowed down your market focus, your niche, the services you're going to provide. You already identify your business name and touched on the brand of your business, logo, and things like that. And now we are determining the insurance of your business. Now, I'm going to mention insurance. I will actually switch out registering your business first before you get insurance. I'm going to switch that out here on this checklist. But we'll still get into this key step, but I would do register your business first. So insurance, we're going to click onto the why you need insurance. This simple. Think of your cleaning business like your smartphone. You probably have a case, a screen protector. And although you're super careful, that phone is very expensive. You're going to treat it with care anyways. There's accidents that happen. That's why you put your phone case. That's why you get a screen protector. And that's the same thing as an insurance. So there's two reasons why people will ask me, oh, do I need an insurance? Is one, they perceive it as costing too much and don't see the point, especially if you don't have clients yet. But for someone who's had businesses before, you already know concept, y'all need to get your insurance. So when you are asking, should I get insurance? And the real reason is because you don't know or you do not want to invest in it because you don't see the point, because you don't have clients yet. You need to see it as, would you leave your front door open because it's easier to not have to carry your key? That doesn't make sense. You're still going to lock your door. You're still going to protect your home. Not because you don't want to call, you don't want to invest. That's not it. When you protect things that you value, you're not going to question whether or not you need to protect it. So that's why already when you ask that question in that point of view, you already do not even value your business. And that's why y'all need to start at step one and get your mindset right, get your CEO mindset right. So all your business decisions are aligned in a CEO. A CEO is not going to ask or say, I don't need insurance yet because I'm a client. No, a CEO is going to say, how do I protect my business and my assets with all cost? Okay. Now, we'll get into the loopholes of it, but I just want to check your thought process. Second reason why someone was going to ask, do I need insurance, is because they generally want to know, they need to know when's the best time to get insurance. And for you, that is a good question, and that is the right mindset. You just want to know. So general liability is perfect for most businesses, even if you're commercial, especially if you're subcontracting out, you could start with general liability. I'm speaking on behalf of Canada, Ontario, and most of Canada themselves, most of the US. However, I do have AI prompts to determine what that looks like for you. I am also not a insurance agent, so I cannot tell you everything. I'm only finite in my information. So you're going to get in this list, you're going to determine your top three options, and you're going to actually call them. You're going to discuss, because what I actually want you to do as a CEO is understand every person that you welcome in your business as a supportive role, a partner. So you're not going to just have any insurance company, especially because this is your business and you want to protect it. And I say the same for bank advisors, financial advisors, when you get lawyers, anything like that, employees, any person that you're going to invite in your business, you need to assess and make sure that they're the right fit to help the advancement of your business. So keep that in mind. I'm not going to go through everything because you guys can read in regarding to when you need it from the day one of cleaning someone's property. So technically, it is possible to wait until you get your first contract. A lot of people, including myself, I waited until I felt legit. That's why it took months for me to start building a professional, recognized business, because I operated in a solo mindset, a limited mindset. And it also, in the decision of whether or not you want to insure your business, you might think it's little or nothing. It's something you can deal with it later. No, that in itself is a limiting belief because you do not see your value. You don't see your business valuable enough to protect it. That's simply it. I'm going to tell you that straight in your face. That there's no other way. Even if you save money, then you need to go to step one of this whole process and heal your money blocks. You're about to build a 6-figure, 7-figure business. If you cannot invest $50 now, you don't even believe in yourself. I'm as simple as that. There's no other way. You cannot tell me there's no other way. Okay? That's your thinking. So technically you can wait, but before you get into a property, you should be protecting yourself, because even if you're super careful, down to myself, when I was cleaning, I'm very fast, I'm very particular, I'm very detailed, and I break stuff all the time. Imagine breaking a fridge. Okay, you say you can't afford insurance. Imagine, especially if there's no cameras, the client is pressing that you broke something. This happened once. I know the vacuum was already broken, but my cleaner, the vacuum fell down the stairs and they pinned it on my cleaner. I just paid out of pocket, but let's say that was a oven, and you don't even have the money to replace $1,000 oven. And clients could be chesty and try to get the most expensive one. Your insurance covers you for these things. Okay. Now, workers' comps. When do you need workers' comps? Typically, workers' comps is covering your employees. In the first two steps, I'm speaking to those who want to start a remote business. You can obviously build a remote business with employees or subcontractors. But in step 3 and beyond, I'm going to be focusing on subcontractors because that's how I built my remote. However, I just put this in there because it is something to consider. But workers' comps is not typically for your subcontractor route. However, when you do have larger contracts like government, they may require you to have workers' comp regardless of your model, and that's something you need to consider. Sometimes you can waive it, but again, I'm not an insurance broker. I cannot tell you what that looks like for your business. Only they, as the expert, will dive deep into your business, your goals, and give you the right options. And I do have an AI prompt to help you get that information for yourself as accurate as possible based on your business goals. Yeah. Based on your business goals that you would have already figured out in step 1 and the first key step of step 2, right? You would know your niche, where you're going to operate. If you're going to do solo, what's your ideal lifestyle, and then it's going to go ahead and break down specifically what those requirements may look like for you, penalties, requirements, the cost, and things like that. Now, bonding coverage. When do you need bonding? This is something that I question, especially being in Canada. Bonding is a very much a US thing. I don't know if it's somewhere like other places as well. Here. Which is this basically bonding is a promise that says if one of my cleaners or if there's something stolen or missing, the client will get their money. When I spoke to my broker, my insurance policy covered things like that, so I didn't need a separate bonding. But it can help with your perceived value. Your insurance should be able to cover it anyways. However, there's an AI prompt for you to determine if that's something that you need for your business at the scale of that you're running it and the city and province, country that you are operating in. And then when you are on the phone with your insurance broker determining the insurance policy, please ask the right questions, right? What does it actually cover? Because especially if your services, like if you add on window cleaning after you've had your insurance policy, and let's say a window cracked, your insurance policy may not cover the window because you never identify that that's something that you guys even touch. So when I was doing the cleaning, or my team did the cleaning, I would always say, I have no problem if you deny certain services because you don't have the coverage. So when we didn't have windows or anything like that, I would tell the clients, you need to take out the mesh screen, because should anything break, I don't have coverage for it. But if you want us to clean it, as long as you take that down, we don't mind cleaning it. You guys have to put it back. I'm protecting my business. I want the client to know I don't have coverage. If anything happens, like, I'm going to be transparent. I don't have coverage for this. However, I don't mind doing it. Let's be safe here. So identify what it actually covers, if things broken, missing, and things like that. Make sure there's no surprises. Is this enough coverage? Typically, at least $1 million in liability. I think hopefully I'm saying that right, is good. But again, the more expensive your equipment are, the type of operations you're going into. Because let's say you're cleaning a car dealership, you are cleaning around $60,000 cars. Your coverage should be a lot higher. Okay, so that's what you're going to considering. Simple questions that you can ask: finding the right insurance company. There's different ways you can find it. There's insurance association, insurance brokers, online services, bank institutions, and local business networks that you can find proper insurance opportunities. And of course, there is a prompt that you can use to go ahead and have your chat or your AI, whatever you use, to give you options to go ahead and call them. Don't be afraid to call. Okay, if you cannot do these things for your business, by all means, I'm not saying it's lazy, because there's certain tools that you could use to like quicken up your business. But when it comes to protecting your business, I want to hear from the expert themselves that can help cover my business. So you call these individuals, get a contact of the contact system support number, whatever, and ask your questions, so you're fully confident that you're fully protected in your business. Okay. And this is especially for those who are doing this as a solopreneur. As a self, what's it called? A sole proprietorship. Okay. Especially if you're doing sole proprietorship and not LLC or inked, because you're not a separate identity. When you're LLC and you're inked, you're a separate identity. Should anything happen, if you go bankrupt, it's your business that's dealing with it. But if you're sole proprietor, and if something happens and you can afford to cover these things, they're coming after your personal assets. Okay. So that's why insurance is that much more important, and having the right coverage is important. Okay. It's all fun and games making thousands of dollars a month. But if you have one accident, you've lost your entire business and possibly your own vehicle. Okay. It's not it's not a job. Now, the real value of insurance, by the time end of this video, you could comprehend why it's important to cover your business, but also getting better clients. When clients know that you have coverage, that they're safe, their property is safe, their things are safe, they're more likely to want to hire you. Actual professional. Typically, people that don't invest in these things are not investing in their business. Why would a client want to invest in them? How they won't show up as the CEO, they'll just show up as, oh my gosh, I'm just getting by. That's not the attitude that I'm here to teach you. I'm here for you to embody the CEO boss. Okay. Gives you peace of mind. I remember when I was cleaning homes and I did not have insurance. Oh my gosh, every little thing I did not want to break. And that's the same if you were to send people and or subcontractors. The mental fatigue and the stress of knowing that a team's out there and you don't have coverage, or they don't have coverage, and anything can happen. It's not, what kind of peace of mind anyways? You didn't start a business to be full of stress. And if you can eliminate any little stress, if that's paying $50 a month to relieve that, please have a less stressed business as possible. Okay. And then, as always, all the tools will have a checklist, just a rundown of everything you need to do for the steps. Simple, very simple. And always your promise to yourself. You will promise to protect your business with all costs, with no excuse, so that you, your team, your clients all feel safe, feel secure, feel legit. Okay. So that is step two. Key step three, securing essential business insurance. I have no questions here on YouTube. I'm going to end it off. Again, to get this checklist completely free, just check the description box, join the Profit Mindset Mastery group.